welcome on the podcast channel with our usual Afcon conversation continues. We had talked about how some of the teams have been able to make it into the semi-finals. South Africa has reached the semi-final for the first time in 24 years since 2000 when Ghana and Nigeria co-hosted the competition. That was the last time they made it into the semi-final. This time around they are back with coach Hugo Bruce when their goalkeeper Rowan Williams was the hero of that day, saving 4 penalties, which was unprecedented in the history of the major Afcon competition. We also saw the Les Elephants de la Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, making it into the semi-final after defeating Mali in 120 minutes or 2 hours of football, you should say. So let's begin with the Ivory Coast team. Coach MSC Faye did a creditable job. He was the man who was made to step in after the sacking of Jean-Louis Gasset, and he has been able to mastermind a tactics capable of ensuring that the Ivory Coast team, the Les Elephants, or the Elephants, you can say, are reaching in the semi-finals. Mind you, they are back into the semi-finals for the first time in 9 years. That was 2015, which was the last time they made it to the semi-final and eventually proceeded to the final to defeat the Black Stars of Ghana in the penalty shootout to win their second ever Afcon competition. Well, it all started well for the Eagles of Mali, completely dominant on that play. On that day, they dominated proceedings, they dominated play deep in midfield. Lassana Koulibaly, the likes of Haidara, the likes of Diadi Samasiku Mecho, the likes of Jean-Michel Seri, Sekou Fofana, Frank Yannick Kessie didn't have their play in midfield for the Ivory Coast. Yes, we had a penalty called, which was overruled by the referee Mohamed Adel from Egypt. Then came another penalty when Odilon Kosunu heckled Sinayoko, which eventually ensured a penalty for the Malians, but Nons Traore was not able to convert. Yes, in the game, Ivory Coast ensured that they were able to match up the pressure that the Malians kept on pushing. Later on in the game, Odilon Kosunu had a red card, unfortunately, but Coach MSC Faye made some tactical switches when he withdrew Nicolas Pepe for Winfred Singo, and that completely changed the game. Later on in the second half, he introduced Willy Boli, went to a 3-back, so he had a 3-back that was able to fashion a tactics out that was fashion out a tactics capable of marching on against the Malians. Yes, Nene de Gales scored the first goal, trying to show some respect to the Ivorians, but by not jubilating based on the fact that he was born in the city of Yamoussoukro. But as a Malian, he decided to show respect to the Ivorian flag by not jubilating after scoring. All of a sudden, Simon Adingra came in the second half and he was able to ensure that he had an equalizer for the Ivorians to push the game to the extra time. Later on, getting to the dying embers of the extra time, we all thought that it was going to end in a penalty shootout, but from a shot from Sekou Fofana, Omar Diakite had a tap, and goalkeeper Jiggy Diarra was nowhere to be found after he was confused from that tip from the foot of Omar Diakite, who eventually removed his shirt as he was shown the yellow card. Yes, there were videos and pictures showing when Winfred Sigo was trying to tell him not to remove your shirt because a second you could probably mean that you are going to get a second red, and that was what happened as the Ivorians progressed through to the semi-finals. They are now coming face to face with the Democratic Republic of Congo at the Stade Alassane Dramane Ouattara Stadium in Ebimpe. Mind you, in 2015, when the Ivorians were marching on to win their second title, they met the Democratic Republic of Congo in the semi-finals, and eventually they won by 3-1 to reach the finals before defeating the Black Stars of Ghana after a goalless draw, winning on penalty shootouts. Goalkeeper Rowan Williams of South Africa became the hero on that day after saving 4 penalties in that game against Cape Verde. It was a game that the Cape Verdeans really dominated. They were top in all the statistics of the game, top in possessions, shot at goal, shot on target. All of a sudden, they faltered in that semi-final game, a quarter-final game rather, when they met the Republic of South Africa. Goalkeeper Rowan Williams made sure he saved 4 penalties, diving to the correct direction of all the penalties that was being taken by the Cape Verdeans. Coach Hugo Bruce has done a massive job because for the first time in 24 years, taking the Bafana of South Africa to the semi-finals tells you it's not a fluke. The last time they were there was under the tutelage of Coach Trot Moloto. And that was that time when the likes of Sean Bartlett, Yabonga Novete, Lucas Radebe, McFish, Pierre Issa, Andre Arensi, Hans Vonk, the likes of Alex Mudau, Steven Lekulia. These were top-notch South African players by then. And after that, South Africa find it very difficult to reach the semi-finals. They've only had 3 quarter-final appearances since 2000, which was 2002 in Mali, 2013 on home soil when they hosted, and then 2019 in Egypt. Even on some occasions, they were booted out of group stages. 2004, 2006, 2008. On some occasions, they even failed to qualify at all. Typical example of was Angola 2010, Gabon, Guinea Equatorial in 2012, 2017, for example, they failed to qualify to the Continental Showpiece. But this time around, the Bafana of South Africa have made sure to reach the semi-final, proof to the top-notch performance of goalkeeper Rowan Williams, and that's the reason why Grant Kikana, his teammate at Mamelodi Sundowns, said he's capable of being appointed as the Minister of Finance in South Africa to save their financial crisis. The Bafana will be coming face-to-face against the Super Eagles of Nigeria on Wednesday, while Democratic Republic of Congo will also be meeting the host nation, the Ivory Coast, the Les Elephants de la Côte d'Ivoire. Who makes it into the final come Sunday? Your guess is good as mine. This is Podcast with Owl. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and let's keep the conversation going on. Thank you. Félicitations. Merci beaucoup.